Okay, let's do this fucking shit.
Welcome to another episode of Sitting Ringside. This is episode number 161. Let's go. With me, as always, Mark W. Miller, Rudy Lara, David Rodriguez in spirit. He is out making that money. He is not going to be able to jump on with us tonight. David Rodriguez, if you are listening right now and watching, hit me up. And I'll send you a link. Maybe you can jump on and be a surprise host. Oh man, how's it going, guys? It's been we were off last week. I had some stuff I had to do, but we're back after a week off. You guys are doing all right?
Stuff you had to do. You went to Knuckle Mania, didn't you?
I did, man. I did, and I played host Arlo Jumper.
It was an awesome fucking event, bro. That was a badass event, bro. The best bare knuckle event I've seen, and I've seen a lot of them. But that
same
crowd,
here,
man,
good one.
That crowd is something else. I wonder how much of it had to do with a lot of the local guys being there.
Oh, it had a lot to do with it, man. Right. I mean, it was nuts. A lot of people from Las Cruces, a lot of people from your rancho where I live, a lot of people, a shit ton of people from Albuquerque, rancho where I mean, that place was just shit jamming. It was awesome. It was an honor to be part of media with my boy Arlo Jumper. He finally came down to Albuquerque and met for the first time since ever talking. Just like I met Rudy a long ass time ago in Texas.
I thought you met Arlo before, man.
No, man. This was the first time we've met. So no.
Should have.
You weirdo. No, man. But it was fun. It was a fun weekend. It was a fun event. We'll get to that here in a little bit. But before I get started, guys, and we get started, let me do my quick shout out to HKA USA. Go to hkausa.com, get their gear, buy their stuff, because they support a lot of fighters. Also, if you want to cop some merchandise, got some hats, shirts, t-shirts, cups, whatever you want, sweaters, go to the merchandise tab at the website, FightBookMMA.com. Also, shout out to Sprint TV, Flow Combat, Fight TV, ESPN Plus, MMA TV, and all our partnered promotions that we work very close with. So shout out to all of them, UMMAF as well. And let's just do my breakdown of events that's happening this weekend in the MMA, kickboxing, grappling, Muay Thai category. February 24th, we have one on Prime Video 7, Lineker versus Andrade 2. Also tomorrow, XFN 385, FightBook MMA will be covering that event. Our boy Arlo Jumper is going to be there sitting cage side. I don't believe this event's going to be streaming live on Fight Pass, so just wait for our recap and results. If you have people fighting on that card, I don't know. Also tomorrow, PFL Women's Flyweights Challenger Series Week 5. Shout outs to our friend Helen Peralta. She is fighting on that card tomorrow. She made weight and she's ready to rock and roll. So yeah, shout outs to her. Friend of FightBook MMA into sitting ringside. Helen was a guest of ours too, right?
Yeah, Helen was a guest of ours.
Yeah, she was our guest. She was freaking awesome to have her on the show. So hopefully we can get her back after this fight. Win or lose, doesn't matter.
Was super cool, man. I think that was right before her fight with Christine Ferreira, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also on live on Fight, Hex Fight Series 25. And on the 24th as well, Ignite Fights ITA Annual MMA Fight Night, also live on Fight. Then on the 25th, we have Bellator 291, Amasov versus Story Elite 2. And again, back on Fight, Demolition Fight Series 9. And of course, UFC Fight Night 220, Krylov versus Span, which we will get to and give our predictions on that fight card here in a little bit. Also in the boxing bare knuckle, tomorrow, Tapia Fight Night. It's going to be live on Fight TV, which is all the Fight TV live streams are going to be at the website. That's on at the FightBook MMA website. I will be there live covering the Tapia Fight Night event. It is up the road from where I live, so the venue is just, I can just see it right over there. So I will be there covering the Johnny Tapia Fight Night. Going to be pretty cool. I have a couple friends fighting on that fight card, so I can't wait to see them do work. And let's see here. Also on the 24th, live at LA, Florida, Guillermo Rigaudot versus to be announced. I'm not too sure who he's fighting, and that's if he is fighting.
Cybot.
He's
the unlocked character, man.
Yep. And on the 24th, BKFC 36 New Orleans. This one's going to be a good one. Arnold Adams, New Orleans. Arnold Adams versus Alan Bletcher. Also going to be live.
Going to be in that crowd, right? In attendance.
Who?
Dustin Poirier.
Oh yeah, that is correct.
Well, that legend has it that he will be there.
Yeah. That's also going to be streaming live on Fight or at FightBook MMA. And last but not least, live on Showtime in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's going to be a title fight. Subriel Matias versus Jeremias Ponce. This is going to be a 12-rounder. They are fighting for the vacant IBF Junior welterweight title. So, if you're not tweeting, if you're not covering any of all of these events, you're not talking about it, screenshotting about it, watching it on all your screens, you are not what?
Not a real fight fan. Hey, but you know what? I'm gonna call you out and say you're not a real fight fan because you forgot to mention Tyson Fury versus Logan Paul. I mean Jake Paul. So
They're not. Are they fighting?
Nick and Tommy, all or nothing. They're
Yeah.
fighting Sunday now.
they're fighting on Sunday, bro.
They're fighting on Sunday.
Yeah, in Abu Dhabi. It's gonna be like early in the
Oh,
morning.
well, that's why. Because it's Abu Dhabi. I didn't mind.
And we got the UFC event too. So
Yeah, you know, that, we have that fight happening in Abu Dhabi so on Sunday. All or nothing. I mean, the bet is on. The dad is the one that said yes. I want to make that that bet. And you know what though? Jake Paul was smart because his lawyers already dropped that contract and he had him sign it right there, man. So if Jake Paul wins, takes Fury's purse. If Fury wins, he's gonna pay him double.
I don't know, man. It's just kind of funny that grown ass men got
He still
purses.
gets sponsor money though. There's still sponsor money he'll get. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, but that's
But that's nothing compared to what he would have made in the actual fight. It's not nothing compared to that though.
Yeah.
That was a dumb decision.
It was. They honestly, Jake played them and they fell for it completely.
I would have been like, nah, bro.
Yeah. Yes, Jared. It is Tommy Fury, not Tyson Fury.
Tommy didn't even want to do it. Like.
Oh yeah. Tommy Fury, not Tyson Fury.
Tommy Fury. Yeah.
His dad was like, yeah.
Tyson was in the crowd laughing his ass off when
Yeah.
when they were both talking about the money. Oh man. And Rudy, if they're not doing what on Friday night?
Dude, if you're not doing Dana White's Fuck It Friday challenge, 100% not a real fight fan.
Not a real fight fan. Jerry said that you're not a real fight fan.
Bullshit.
I said Fury.
Yeah, well, I was correcting Roberto. My bad.
Otherwise, Tyson would be winning that fight. That's for sure.
Oh man. Well, let's get on to the recaps. First, let's talk about Knucklemania 3 since that happened last Friday.
Yeah, if you didn't watch that event, 100% not a real fight fan. You're not a real bare knuckler, is what you are.
Dude, exactly. This event, man, compared to the one that I covered the first time they were here, no comparison. It was from the prelims to the main event, non-stop fucking action. It was even the first fight that only went to the unanimous decision. My boy Derek Pettis, man, he just put in work against Anthony Sanchez. It was just back and forth fight, man. It was just they were just going at it. At one point, we thought that the fight was gonna get stopped, and they just kept on going. It was just awesome. Awesome to see. And my shout out to my boy Sick Nick Gonzalez, just looking hard and mean against Navarro, man. That fight was fast and furious, man. And you know, Gonzalez, Nick, he was making his bare knuckle debut, and he just looked like he belongs in the squared circle, man. He fucking belongs in there. It was awesome. It was awesome to see a lot of my buddies on that fight card. Our boy Eric, John Dotson's brother, Eric Dotson. God dang, man. These Dotson brothers, they're gonna take over their division.
Oh yeah, man.
They are going to.
Those guys are meant for bare knuckle, man.
Bro, so from when I saw them fight on the same card the first time they were here, obviously they were making their debuts. Coming into this one, they look like they've been fighting bare knuckle from since the beginning. It was just a huge difference in seeing them fight the first time they were here to this Friday, last Friday. amazing. Shout out to the Dotson brothers. We got to get them both on the show at the same time. That will be a fun interview because Eric is just like his brother. Funny, always smiling, awesome attitude. It was just bad fucking ass, man, to see that. Will Santiago, Noah Cutter, another great fight. My girl Jamie Henshaw, another girl that just belongs in that fucking ring, man. Jamie is meant to be a bare knuckle fighter. She this is her second bare knuckle fight here in town. She fought the first time that they were here, and same thing. Total different fighter. She just looked very comfortable in there. It was awesome. And the crazy part is seeing it live, seeing Segala's ankle turn all the way to the right, and then her grabbing her foot and just snapping it back together, and then standing up. That was nuts. And then they had it on the big screen, the replay, slow motion. we were just like, what the hell? Yeah, it was awesome, man. Then, my boy, Josh Watson, fucking putting a stamp on Greg Hardy.
Did he ever?
Oh my God, that was an amazing fight. When we saw Greg Hardy, all the entire media table, the fans, we were just screaming and we were like, what? Yeah. It was awesome, man. It was awesome. John Dodson, does what he does best, knocking fools out. The guy that I was really impressed with Austin Trout. A boxer, a trained professional boxer, stepping into that ring, bare knuckle, fighting a brawler at Diego Sanchez. Dude, I never thought that I would ever see Diego Sanchez fight live. And to watch him fight in bare knuckle, Diego Sanchez held his own. Yeah, he got bloodied. Yeah, I mean, that's expected against, fighting Diego Sanchez.
He always gets bloody.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he does. He's like a Diaz brother.
Yeah, exactly. But dude, Austin Trout's footwork and his hands and the way he was just
he was fucking Diego up with those body shots, bro. He's just ripping the body from the get go, and that just tired out Diego Sanchez, made him drop his hands, and then he lit him up to the face, bro. That's what happens, man, when you get a boxer fighting bare knuckle. It doesn't matter. That dude knows how to control the distance, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And he picked Diego apart, dude. He made it look easy, man.
Oh, dude, for Trout to come into that fight against a legend like Diego and doing it as a bare knuckle fighter, and it's his debut. I mean, he just walked in the ring like nothing. I mean, Trout just like, it was just another day in the office for him. It was just amazing to see the difference between an MMA fighter, a trained professional MMA fighter, against a trained professional boxer. Just the footwork, the fight IQ, just the way they move and jab and weave, it was just, I don't know, man. It was fucking see all that. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to see a lot of that tomorrow night when I cover this boxing event.
Yep.
It was just amazing to see Austin Trout fight live and to fight Diego Sanchez live. It was just something that I will never forget.
Hey, what about that that walkout, bro, with the Juggernaut? That shit was awesome. That's something I wouldn't forget.
When we saw that thing come out of the back of the screen of where to walk on down the ramp, everybody was like, "Oh my God!"
It looked cool, bro. That looked super cool. I was like, "That's badass, man."
So I stood right next to him. Tall motherfucker, man. This thing was just wide. It was badass, man. That thing was badass. And then, Lorenzo Hunt going down that ramp like a fucking animal.
And he almost lost the fight.
Almost. Mike Richmond, man. Don't count this guy out. Even though he lost against Lorenzo Hunt the way he did, Mike Richmond, he's going to come back. And I've been following Mike for a long time. Interviewed him and did a lot of work with him and video for Valor BK 2, which obviously never happened. But, you know, Mike's a nice guy. He's just fucking awesome. We're actually going to have him on the show probably next month. So it's going to be fun to talk to him.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to him about Lorenzo Hunt's new accusation saying that he clawed his eyes and caused him to get 3 retinal lacerations. He's calling him a cheater, dude.
It's called knuckles getting into your eyes.
Yeah, I don't remember him clawing at his face, bro. I just remember him getting fucking lit up. And he I mean, I wouldn't say that hook was lucky. He fucking nailed him with it, bro. It's just it was a bad night for Mike Richmond. You know what I'm saying? He walked right into that shit. He had him, bro. Had he not been so aggressive at that moment, I mean, he might not have gotten caught. But he wanted to finish him. He could. He was on the verge of finishing him, you know. So I understand why he did it. It's just, yeah. Looking back, I mean, there's so many what ifs. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he's replayed that moment a million times in his fucking head since then.
Probably, man. But for the first minute and 50 seconds,
there's no shame in it, bro. He was fucking him up.
Yeah, for Mike Richmond to be able to claw him in that minute and 50 seconds of a fight, come on. I never saw it. Nobody saw it.
Yeah, and I thought, you know, after the end of the fight, him and Lorenzo, they were classy, bro. You know what I mean? They both said respectful shit to each other. And I thought it would have stayed that way, but nope.
No.
It's like, damn, bro.
Yeah. That was it. When we saw Mike Richmond fall the way he did, the entire stadium was just. It was amazing.
That fucking place was loud, bro. For like 85,000 people, that shit was. I mean, not 85,000, 8,500.
Yeah, it was about 10,000 people. I think.
Was it?
Either 10. Yeah, it was like 10 or 1,000. It was a sold out crowd. Sold out event. First time. So BKFC sold out that venue in what the UFC couldn't do when they were here at that venue.
Right, I remember.
So it was something that nobody's going to forget. Being there live and watching these fights, it was just amazing. It was amazing, and I was just honored and grateful to be part of media there. So it was a fun night, man. It was a fun night. Was sat next to me in the media table. He was there. Who else was there? Mike Perry was there. Yeah. So it was cool. It was pretty cool seeing a lot of fighters out there supporting the BKFC crowd. So it was awesome, man. Awesome event. All right. Let's talk about, before we get into the UFC, Rudy, give us our recap on the slap fight, man.
On Power Slap. Yeah, Power Slap, I think it was episode number 6. I don't know, man. It's kind of losing its flavor, so to speak.
Oh, no.
No, I mean it's not that it's not any better than it has been. It's okay, man. It's still piquing my interest enough to watch it on a Wednesday night. But yeah, man, lots of slapping. Here's a couple of stats, man. Episode 2 got 2.7 million views. Episode 3, 824,000 views. Episode 4, 538,000 views, and episode 5 is 149. So the views just keep going lower and lower. There's rumors that Power Slap has been canceled and it's going to be overtaken by AEW's new show. So that's the rumor, man. Which I don't see a problem with it. I like Power Slap. I think it's cool, man. It's fun. It's something to do on a Wednesday night, and if you're not watching that, you're not a real slap fan, folks.
Damn, man. From 2 point some million and in only 5 episodes dropping to 120K.
Wow.
Yeah, but the
Oh.
thing is, the thing that keeps them going, bro, is just the fact that they're getting like 18 million views. Their sponsors are getting like 18 million views on TikTok videos. I think their sponsors are Monster, Howlerhead, Easy Post. I mean, that's a lot of views, bro. A lot of eyes. That's a lot of advertising. So I think that's what's really paying for it, not so much a TBS thing. So even if they do get bumped off TBS, I'm sure they'll find a home for it somewhere else. And maybe I don't think Dana White will be as involved as he was. I think kind of like a little startup venture for him, see how it goes and see how, like I mentioned the first time we talked about this, if he just took a step back and got out of it, it might be a little more palatable to people, man. Say what you will, whether you like it or not, Power Slap, slap fighting has been around for a long time. And Dana White just happened to sees a moment that he could capitalize on it, and he's doing that. Maybe he's making money, maybe he's not. I don't know, man. But one of the guys from that show, Aziel, is going to be joining us in 2 weeks. He couldn't make it tonight, but yeah, man, it's funny, man, because he's one of the most hated guys on that show because he goes out there and starts shit with everyone. And I started shit with him on Twitter, and he was really cool, man. He wasn't a little bitch. He didn't back down. And ends up, we have a lot in common, dude. So I was like, man, I apologize for being a dick to you. So yeah, he's gonna be on the show now. Hey, but
Isn't it funny?
man?
Isn't it funny how that works?
Yeah, as much as people want to shit on the guy and talk shit, hey, you know what? You shouldn't be drinking in the house. Hey, well, maybe Howlerhead shouldn't be sponsoring, and then maybe they shouldn't be leaving like 1,000 bottles of Howlerhead all over the house if they didn't want people to drink them. You know what I'm saying?
You have a point there, Rudy. You have a fucking point. If you don't want these guys full of testosterone going into this house with no cell phone, no communication to the outside world other than themselves in this fucking like submarine, and you give them a shit ton of liquor, what the fuck do you think's gonna happen?
Yeah, man. I'm just like, whatever.
Asking for trouble.
And then the guy that started shit with him yesterday just like swung on him and pushed him down. I was like, ooh, I want to see these dudes go at it. That'd be fun, man. But yeah, bro. I don't know. I think the views are kind of correlate to the feeling that you get on every episode. The last episode was better, man, because Azael was starting shit with everybody. So it was entertaining. See, he's the most hated guy on there, but he's the most entertaining because he keeps it alive. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, it'd just be kind of dull. Some of these dudes are corny, goober ass motherfuckers, dude, crying and shit. It's like, oh, dude, it's from my family. It's like, bro, I don't want to hear that shit, man. You acting like I don't know, dude. Some of these dudes are just straight up fucking punk bitches. Sorry.
Bunch of crybabies.
Yeah, You're in
a house that you're gonna get slapped the shit out of you. Don't act like a little baby.
I'd be stone cold, bro. Stone cold.
Fuck yeah, walk around with. Fuck you! Don't talk to me.
If they want to ask me something about my kids on camera, I'd be like, you know what? Don't ask me about my kids, man, unless you want to die. Right? Now that's a good answer. I'd want to be like, man, I want to see this dude slap. I want to see this guy slap people.
What's up, Craig? Thanks for joining the show, man. If you want to jump on and talk about MMA, let me know and I'll send you the link, bro. I know you used to have a podcast that talked a lot about MMA and stuff like that. So I don't know if you still watch it or not. But shout out to you, Craig.
He's like, no, man,
yeah.
I'm not jumping on your show to talk about slap fighting. That's dumb. No, I'm serious, man. There's a lot of people that talk shit, and I'm telling you, bro. When I first started watching, I didn't think I would like it. I was, I started trolling people with that shit. If you're not watching this, you're not a real slap fan, and then it just became fun just to troll people on all the Dana White's posts because they're just talking mad shit, bro. Talking mad shit. So I go on there and I post that stupid corny meme and just so much hate, dude, and it's funny. It fucking cracks me up. So that kind of drives me even more to want to be a slap fight, a power slap fan.
Hell yeah.
I like pissing people off like that, and I just like,
you're
looking at a guy who enjoyed fucking X-Arm. If you remember X-Arm, that was arm wrestling.
They need to bring X-Arm back.
Hell
they
yeah,
need to
dude.
bring it. I'll watch X-Arm. X-Arm
I like shit like
X-Arm
Jiu-Jitsu. I
was
like those like 5-on-1 Russian tournaments. You know what I mean? I like stupid shit like that, bro. Anything that's combat sports related, I'm gonna watch it, man. I don't care how stupid it is, how cheesy it is. It's fun, bro.
Boxing.
That's the type of shit that entertains me, not these stupid ass shows that everybody watches. I always get asked, "Hey, have you seen this show on?" No. Have you seen this show on? No. Have you seen the? No. I don't watch TV, folks. All I watch is like boxing, MMA, combat sports. That's it. And then I'll go to movies, but I don't really watch TV. I don't watch TV shows. I spend all my time doing that. That's it.
They have basketball MMA as well now.
Yeah, I know. I've seen
that. Craig puts in the chat here. He says he loves the clip with the tattooed guy with the black eyes that gets slapped off the stage. What?
Oh yeah, yeah. That wasn't on Power Slap. That was on the Slap Fight series, man.
Oh, the Slap Fight Championship.
Yeah, that dude got knocked the fuck out, bro. Like those dudes that are on that organization, those are some scary guys, bro. Those are some scary hitters. I mean, not to say that there aren't some scary hitters on this one, but yeah, man. If you watch those compared to these dudes, it's like you'll notice a big difference.
It's funny because the COO from Power Slap is the owner of Slap Fight Championship.
Right.
Our boy, you know what? We need to get JT Tilly on the fucking show, man.
Yeah, we should get him on, man.
We need to get him on the show, man. We have to. I'll reach out to JT and see if he wants to jump on.
Yeah, and I'll admit it. I mean, I was a casual when it came to that. I didn't really, I wasn't really into it. I mean, I'd watch it. I'd watch the highlights and the clips, the videos that you see on social media. And those are always entertaining, man. And I think that's what people like Dana White saw in it. They're saying like, damn, this shit is getting tons of views. It's getting tons of views. We get, millions of people looking at these clips. That's going to generate a lot of revenue, regardless if people like it or not. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, look, if they do end up getting off of TBS, I mean, they have the Fight Pass. They can stream it on Fight Pass.
That's what I'm saying.
Or they can stream it on their YouTube channel.
Yeah.
They have tons of subscribers. And even if the subscribers don't watch it, there's still going to be people that aren't subscribed that's going to want to watch it. And they'll probably subscribe to the UFC YouTube channel.
Yeah, bro.
But like I said,
I remember when the Ultimate Fighter came out, people talked mad shit about that, bro. This is dumb. This is the dumbest shit ever. This isn't real fighting. They need to have a tournament. People need to go in. They need to fight. And, it was just all sorts of negative bullshit. And this is basically the same type of format, you know what I mean? Other than the fight, the fact that you're not going in there and duking it out, you're slapping the shit out of somebody. And before I started watching, honestly, I thought it was just like, it's just somebody. How hard is this? You know what I mean? And then you start learning about these rules, and it's like, that adds a little more authenticity to it. And seriously, man, some of these dudes slap like a motherfucker, and they take it too. Damn, yesterday, man, there's some dudes, they went all 3 rounds just slapping the shit out of each other, bro. And That's crazy, bro. I'm looking forward to the next one because some dudes they're getting slapped the fuck out, dude, and that shit's fun to watch, man. It really is. Just to see these, like their bodies just seize up, and they start twitching and shit. It's funny.
Oh no, that's CTE right there,
Yeah,
man.
bro. You know, U.S. reps Pascal and Bacon are seeking answers about brain trauma related to the Power Slap show. So there's a lot of eyes, whether they're good or bad, on Power Slap. Love it or hate it, it's something that's here to stay. It's been around before Dana White touched it, and it's going to be around a lot longer. I mean,
dude, it's huge overseas.
Yeah,
Slap fight is huge overseas. So, you know, it's the exact same thing with bare knuckle.
Yeah.
King of the streets. They're doing it in fucking concrete.
Yep.
Beating the shit out of each other in
Oh, that shit's fucked
undisclosed
up. The way they do
locations.
it. I've seen that.
You know, King of the Streets love FightBook MMA, and they always send me their shit for me to publish. So it overseas is where all the ideas come from, and they bring it over here to the States and regulate it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. I don't have anything against it, man. I like it. It's like I said, it's entertaining for me on a Wednesday night. It gives me something to do. You know, just unwind and watch some Power Slap. Hey, why the hell not? You know.
Right.
But if you
why
if
the hell not?
Tell me that, hey, you know what, you're gonna have to watch this on a weekend. I don't know, man. Maybe a Sunday, maybe if there ain't nothing going on a Sunday, I might watch it. But Wednesday's a perfect spot. I hope they don't change that. Yeah.
Cool. And again, as we said, we will have one of the guys from Power Slap, Aziel Rodriguez. He's going to be on in a couple weeks. Next Thursday, we will have the CEO and owner of Ammo Fight League and his grappling tournament promotion that he has. He's also working with CES MMA, bringing up a lot of Annie fighters. So it's going to be an awesome show to have our boy coming on to the show. So it's going to be fun. I guess we're good with the Power Slap, huh?
Yeah, that one
good,
a little bit longer than I
recap.
expected, but you know, I wanted to throw in the fact that, you know, it's the viewership is declining on TBS, but TikTok and social media, those views still getting like millions, bro, in the millions. So
gained a viewer last night, though, Rudy. They gained a viewer last night.
Oh yeah,
I watched it last night. I was actually watching it last night.
I mean, it's fun, bro. It's interesting. It's something to do. If you're not doing something, check it out. It's fun to see people get the shit slapped out of them, especially when they're crying like a little bitch.
Oh man. Let's get into the oh man. Well, let's see what the numbers show next week. Hopefully it doesn't decline to the 90s. Right now you said it was 120K.
Yeah, and I think there's only 3 more episodes left, maybe 2 more. I don't recall. I was talking to my wife this morning, and she was like, "No, I heard them say 3." So she watched it with me.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Now, let's going back to the Power Slap. Do you still think that their last show where they're going to crown the champ? Do you still believe that they're going to do a pay-per-view on it?
Yeah, they're going to do the pay-per-view, man.
Seeing how the numbers are.
Oh yeah, for sure. They're still going to do the pay-per-view.
Probably make it cheaper though to buy. They'll probably make it cheaper though.
No, I don't think they'll make it cheaper, man. I think the pay-per-view. I don't think the pay-per-view is going to be like $60 or anything. It's probably going to be like $30.
Maybe 25 for those kind of pay-per-view.
No, I think $30, bro.
Yeah.
If that was my business, I would say $30, man. And I think people would pay $30 to watch that. You know, the season finale pay-per-view.
Especially, a lot of these fighters, they got a bunch of followings and friends and family, that
there are a lot of people that like it, man. There's a lot of slap fighting fans. And I've been noticing a lot more and more coming out of the woodwork and supporting me and talking shit to people, talking shit back to people like, hey, fuck you. It's funny, dude. It's
Oh,
funny.
fucking Rudy. Well, let's get into our segment, Outside the Cage News.
Oh, we're doing outside the cage news. Huh?
Outside the Cage News.
Baby here, but I do just have a couple of announcements. I mean, I don't have a full-on list like David does for us. Fight bookings, we have Ilir Latifi. He's going to be taking on Rodrigo Nascimento at heavyweight. And this is scheduled at the UFC Fight Night on May 20th. I think Latifi is going to do great in heavyweight. I think it's going to be a good move for him. He's not going to have to cut a lot of weight. But he is taking on a dangerous guy, Rodrigo Nascimento. It's going to be a good fight. You know, I don't have the full fight card yet for that event, but when it does come out, obviously I will publish it. But it is going to be it's a good matchup, man. I think it's a good move for Latifi to move up a weight class.
Hasn't he fought a heavyweight already before, like about a year ago or 2 years ago?
I don't
I thought he fought someone at
think
heavyweight.
so. I don't know. I don't remember, man. To be honest,
I
I
have
don't
to look it up.
remember
I
if he
think he fought
has.
someone at heavyweight and he lost, maybe.
I don't know if Rudy can pull that up real quick and see if Latifi has fought in
I could
heavyweight.
have swore he fought someone at heavyweight, and it was actually supposed to be like a big opponent, and then he ended up losing.
Mhm.
Oh, let's see.
Yes.
Ilir Latifi.
Who was it?
He fought Alexei Olenek, his last fight.
That's who it was.
Okay. Well, staying at heavyweight, I mean, yeah, he did
Smart
lose,
move.
but it's still going to be a better weight cut than he has been before. So good on him. Like I said, he is taking on Rodrigo Nascimento, not a guy you don't want to fuck with.
He beat Alexei Olenek.
Yep.
Yeah, he beat
Oh,
Alexei
he beat him?
Olenek.
Oh, okay.
That was a good fight, too.
He's on a 2-fight win streak right now, man. Before that, he had lost 3 in a row. Derek Lewis, Volkan Ozdemir, Corey Anderson.
Okay. Yeah. So it's a good move for him to be at heavyweight, man. Also announced is Sergey Pavlovich. He's going to take on Curtis Blades. That's going to be a good matchup. It's going to be on another UFC Fight Night on April 22nd. Full fight card, I don't have it. I don't know, but it is coming up soon. So good matchup so far.
Contender fight? Probably.
Could be the contender fights.
Or
I don't know,
eliminator,
man.
at least. You know what I mean? Like a title eliminator, probably.
Yeah.
Probably winner moves up a little bit, obviously, between these two.
Yep. Brave Combat, they had their event not too long ago. So Carlos Kramer texted me and said that it was a sold-out crowd in Serbia. Like
Nice.
20,000, 25,000 people in attendance.
Nice.
Right? That's fucking
Serbia,
insane.
too? That's a good one. That's good for
Yeah.
Serbia.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Other than that, that's all I have as far as fight bookings. I know David, like I said, he's the one that usually takes care of this stuff, but I had to throw it out there because we didn't have one last week. We didn't have a show last week, so shout out to David. I know this is his baby. I probably destroyed it and butchered the shit out of it.
No, we got more news, man. Politicians in California are hoping to give back to retired fighters. They're proposing in the California's legislature that would set up a pension fund for former MMA fighters who have a certain number of fights in the state. A bill sponsor, Assembly member Matt Haney, told ESPN the legislation was introduced in State Assembly on February 15th. Haney said he hopes it will pass into a law this year. It could hit the Assembly for as early as March 18th. So it's a pension for MMA fighters, man, which is pretty cool, man. I hope it goes through, and I hope other states take note, man.
I hope so too, man, because I totally forgot about that, and I did read about that a little bit while I was at work. But um, it's something good because this is something that's needed in the MMA community. A lot of these MMA fighters that retire, they
Retire
have
broke, a lot
nothing.
of them.
They do retire broke. They have nothing to show for it. It's just really sad to see a lot of these fighters going back to like their 9 to 5s, you know, flipping burgers when they were fucking champs, in these organizations. It's like, it's just sad to see them struggle like that. Um, and I hope they can do this also for boxers. This is something the boxing community could really use as well, because you have a lot of these boxers that come out of retire. They go into retirement with a lot of brain injuries.
Hmm.
It's just it sucks. It sucks seeing a lot of these fighters suffer the way they do after their fighting career is over. If they were smart with their money, obviously they could start a gym. Obviously, it takes time and hard effort to create a gym and to run a gym, but you got that after you're done with fighting. You continue making some sort of income with the gyms. Um, so yeah, that's some great news right there, Rudy. Good call.
Yeah, man, that's good news. Other news, what Conor McGregor, the lawsuit against Conor McGregor was dropped.
What?
Which one?
Yeah,
Which
I know,
lawsuit
right?
though?
the
Which
one
one?
that female who said I think she got hurt jumping out of his boat or some shit, that she was being held
Oh,
against her
God.
will. Yeah, let's see. The lawsuit centered on an accusation from a woman who claimed to have been assaulted by McGregor on his yacht. She claimed that her escape from the yacht resulted in her breaking her arm and jumping off into the waters below. The alleged attack took place during McGregor's 34th birthday celebrations last year. And I remember talking about this, but we didn't really have too much details as to what had happened, other than he'd been accused of assault again.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
so apparently she dropped the charges, and I don't know how much of that had to do with maybe, hey, you know what? Here's some money. Shut up. I have a show to do. Because
Yeah.
he is doing the Ultimate Fighter right now, which is set
Right?
to air on the ESPN Plus on May 30th. So they're actually currently filming that right now.
Nice.
Yeah, dude. So that's pretty much all the news that I know of at the moment. No, outside the cage news, anyways. Where'd you go, Roberto?
There we go. Man, for some reason you guys froze on me. I don't know what the hell
Who's on
happened.
us?
Oh, sorry about that. uh, what that last part you said, Rudy, that who's filming what?
They're currently filming The Ultimate Fighter.
Oh, yeah. One of the guys from The Ultimate Fighter, we should be able to get him on the show after they're done filming.
Nice.
And yeah, he
Who is
was.
it?
I'm trying to remember his name. Arlo is the one that was telling me about him. I believe he's like the current LFA champ.
Okay.
It's not Chris Breezy. It's somebody else. I don't remember the name. So, but we will have one of those guys on the show as well.
You know what, dude? I want to kind of stay on the outside the cage news, because we didn't
Yeah.
talk about some of the biggest news after the most recent pay-per-view, Makachev versus Volkanovski. There was a lot of talk about illegal IV usage
Yes.
on the Makachev
Yes,
side,
indeed.
and that's still currently under investigation, from my understanding. And they've talked about potentially overturning that win.
To a no contest. Yeah, and stripping him of the title.
Yeah, man.
And-
I mean, Dan Hooker is the one who brought that shit up and was saying that took place. That he talked to a nurse that gave him the IV, but I don't know, man. I was like, you know what? That sounds like somebody just being salty. And then I started seeing pictures
Yeah.
of Makachev, right before the fight, and he had like IV marks, man. And it's like, eesh, that's kind of incriminating, man.
Look, if it's true, like legitimately, if it is true, then they can fully request those videos in the hospital. Lawyers can go in there and grab those videos. And see the surveillance, of that night at the hospital. Now, obviously, they need to get some sort of like warrant or something. I don't know, but cameras are everywhere, man. Cameras are everywhere nowadays, and the hospitals.
I mean,
they are
I'm
full
assuming
of cameras.
that these HIPAA laws are the kind of the same universally, man. I don't think one can compel anybody facilitating medical services to divulge information regarding a patient. So whether it's true or not, I don't think anybody's ever going to find out, regardless of what type of pressure they try to apply, unless this person said, hey, you know what, I want to come out and speak about it. But then that leaves her open to being liable, and she could be held accountable for that in a court of law for divulging that information that she's supposed to keep private. So I don't think it's ever going to happen, man. I don't think we'll ever know. I just think it's just another
one of those mysteries, right?
No, just a blemish on the win. I mean,
yeah,
whether it's true or not, I don't know. It just leaves a lot of room for speculation. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't seem like the type that would do that, but
you never know, right?
Yeah, you never know when it comes to that type of pressure, that type of
it was such a big fight too. You know what I mean?
Fight,
so it's
bro.
like
it's on a different level. I don't know, man. It was controversial when I heard it. It was reported like immediately, bro. Within like 2 hours after the event ended, they were talking about that, and because Dan Hooker tweeted that shit, so people were just blowing it off. And then I saw the week after they were talking about investigating that shit, and I don't know what the current situation is on that. But like I said, I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. I don't. It's just speculation, man. But
if I was that nurse, since I work in the medical field, I wouldn't even open my mouth, bro.
Yeah, no shit, bro.
That puts my license. That puts my license in jeopardy, and I won't be able to work at a hospital anymore. Exactly. So if the police or anybody comes up to me and says, "Hey, Robert, did you give an IV to this fighter?" I'll be like, "I can't say shit."
Exactly.
I'm protected. I'm protected, and the patient is protected under the HIPAA law.
Yep.
So unless you have a warrant,
even if Hooker said, "Hey, you know what? Yeah, this is the nurse's name. Go talk to her." You really think that person's going to say, "Oh yeah, I did that"? No,
they ain't gonna say shit.
That nurse is gonna be like, "Who the fuck is that guy?"
They would lawyer up, bro. They would lawyer
up.
Yeah. And that lawyer would tell her, "Hey, you know what? Do not say shit, because now you broke the patient confidentiality, and now you're going to be held liable for the losses that they've incurred." And that's, I don't know, man. Try taking that, litigating that in court against a UFC champion, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah. So like in my situation at the hospital that I work at, every single year we have to do a refresher course training, and that's part of our training is the HIPAA.
Yeah, I mean,
and we
have to do that, bro. And I don't even work in a medical, It's just
and I have to sign. Do you understand the HIPAA law?
Right.
Yes. All right then.
So you get my point, right? It's like, this investigation isn't going to go anywhere.
It's not. Even if they try to get any of the cameras, obviously the cameras, all they're going to show is people walking in the hallways. But even then, that's still protected under HIPAA.
Yeah.
So it's that's really hard, man. They need to have real hard proof evidence that he did some sort of IV treatment before his fight.
Oh, okay. So, as of yesterday, the Western Australian Commission said they put out a statement saying that there's no credible evidence of him violating any of their rules. So they'll just leave it at that. And
There you go.
yeah, just like I
There
said.
you
It's
go.
gonna have a bit of a stink on the fight though. For fans are still gonna always argue.
The only way that that the champ is going to be able to prove to the fans again
Is
why
beat him
he's
again.
a champ
Fight
is
him again.
either fight him again or defend your belt again. And have cameras. Obviously, they had cameras with him. They did the fucking embedded with all these fighters, so they had cameras and they were mic'd up. So,
And and it doesn't help that Ali Abdelaziz, he tweeted this, bro, and then deleted it. He said, for all those idiots out there, any fighter under the UFC banner can take 2 to 3 liters of IV as long as it's done by a nurse or a professional. Next week, I'm going to expose everybody. Islam Makhachev's a pound-for-pound king. So he's basically telling them that it's allowed, and he did it. And then he deleted it, bro. And Ariel said
wow.
he deleted it because someone, I would think, told him he was incriminating himself. That you can't take 2 to 3 liters by professional or not. It's 100 milliliters per 12 hours. It's a massive difference. So, I don't know. Shit like that just makes it look even worse, bro. It makes me say, you know what, maybe there is something to that picture with Islam Makhachev having that little bruise on his arm. And I've seen, we all know what those IV, bruises looked like, and it fucking looked like one, man.
I need to see that picture.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You got.
I need to see that
send it to you,
picture.
man.
Yes, I need to see that picture because I will be able to tell you if it is. I put a shit ton of IVs already in my career, so to see bruising, I know what a bruising of an IV treatment is, and even in a blood draw, some of these patients bruise easy when they get their blood drawn. So I don't know, man. If there's no evidence, then there's no evidence. But if there's bruising and then there's tweets getting deleted.
Yeah, just look it up, bro. Just do a quick Google search of Islam Makhachev IV picture, and you'll see tons of them. It's the same picture, man. It's just a close up of his arm, and it looks like one, bro. It looks like it. But hey, you know what? I'm excited to see them go at it round 2, man. That'd be good.
Hell yeah, man. It was a good fight. There's nothing that let's see. Let's see here. I'm looking at the picture right now.
Yeah, the pictures that I'm seeing, they're not as great quality as the one I saw originally, and I think Dan Hooker's the one who posted the original one.
Look, that bruising to me, I feel is more of a bruising of somebody getting their blood drawn,
right?
Not someone that's getting an IV treatment, because typically when you get an IV treatment, you do it on the tap of the hand. That's where you should always do your IV treatment, or even sometimes if you have a good vein on top of your arm, yes. To do it here, you need to be like fucking.
It usually means that you have bad veins and they can't find a big enough one on your hands.
Yeah, and you're either dehydrated or you're like going to be on the bed for a long ass time.
Well, yeah, you said it right there. Dehydration, man. That's one of the reasons why they would put an IV drip on a fighter who's cutting weight. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, but for me to see that type of bruising, that to me is a nurse that was drawing blood and didn't know what the fuck they were doing. Because usually you'll get bruising, like really bad bruising from IV treatments, and they're pretty big. They're purple.
Right.
It looks blue, and it'll last a long time. That picture that I'm seeing, if it was in my
that
like
picture
in
was
my
like
professional,
fresh off his win, bro.
Yeah, so in my professional opinion, to me, it looks like somebody got their blood drawn. So you thought it could have drawn his blood
Right.
and done a drug test on him and drew his
Yeah.
blood right there.
And I'm no professional, man, so I'll leave that up to the professionals, man. It's just
Yep.
all of the drama surrounding it. It just makes it look very sketchy, bro. And I hate that, bro. I hate the fact that they even brought this shit up. I hate you, Dan,
Yeah,
for,
dude.
for even saying that shit.
Yeah.
Because it just I don't know, man. And then I hate
But
you, Ali.
down everyone's mind.
Aziz for tweeting that shit and deleting it. It just it's not a good.
But they know what? Dana White and company did put out a email for all fighters to remember IV use is prohibited under contract with the UFC.
Right.
Like, refresher, remember, guys, don't be using IVs because you will get in trouble. So, yeah, man, that to me right there is more of a bruising of a blood draw. They didn't use either a butterfly needle or they used a big gauge on him just to pump that blood out real quick. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It's kind of.
So let's switch gears, bro, and talk about last UFC's pay-per-view before stepping to the next one.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna give it a solid 7. It was entertaining, man. I enjoyed the fights from start to finish. You know, I was really impressed with Clayton Carpenter, man. That dude is is badass, bro. I think that was his first fight in the UFC, if I'm not mistaken. But this
I believe
That was
so.
the first.
yeah, this kid is phenomenal, bro. He just first round submission against Juan Camilo Ronderos. That was a great fight. AJ Fletcher against Temba Garimbo. This guy had like a 10-inch reach advantage, dude. And AJ Fletcher.
Oh my
What?
god, that was
Yeah,
shit.
10-inch
He
reach
went in
advantage,
and he
bro.
fucking took him at.
It
It was awesome.
It was a nail biter because you could see AJ Fletcher with his little T-Rex arms going after this guy.
Yeah, he took the reach out of the fight. Honestly,
That was a great fight, man. OSP got pieced up by Philip Leans.
yeah, he
Felipe
did. That was
Leans,
bad.
Yeah, dude. OSP.
I felt bad for OSP. He didn't
That's
look.
a pink slip, bro. I think that's 3 in a row
Yeah.
losses.
He's gone.
Yeah,
It's
Jamal
crazy.
Holmes did great.
It's crazy to think that OSP is getting a pink slip when, what was it, 4 years ago or so? He was like
He
a
was
guy
fighting for
that
yeah.
needed to be beat. You know,
Mhm.
like, wow.
Yeah, his problem is he's very inconsistent, bro. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he
He's up and
is.
down.
Yeah, he is.
Very inconsistent, man. I mean, he's got the skills and ability. It's just it's always when he shows up. Is he gonna show up? You know, when he is a question. When he fights,
True.
does he have it in himself to finish the fight? Does he want it? You know what I mean? When this fight, he didn't look like he wanted it. His last fight, he didn't look like he wanted it. He did beat Shogun Rua in his last fight. It was a 3-round decision, but come on, bro, it's Shogun Rua.
That's what
You
I
know
was
what I'm
thinking.
saying? And Tanner Bozier, he didn't look like he wanted that fight. He got his ass kicked. He got his ass kicked by Jamal Hill. He's very inconsistent, bro. I like the guy. He's got the most Von Flue chokes, right?
Mhm.
Yes, he does now. So now the OSP choke.
Yep. But yeah, man, I think that's no. You know what? It shouldn't be a pink slip for him. This is his first loss after his win over Hua, so he probably has 2 more fights, man.
Mm.
But yeah, that was expected. Myra Bueno Silva taking out Lena Landsberg. That was awesome. The Nazim Sadikov versus the Evan Elder. That was okay, man. It wasn't. That fight was kind of like sandwich fight of the night for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alexander Hernandez beating Jim Miller. That was pretty cool. Marcin Prachnio.
that was a good fight.
Bro, Prachnio fucked up William Knight. He just kicked the shit out of that guy. I think it was like
No.
70-something leg kicks. And William Knight had no answer. And William
And
Knight,
he got
man,
his pink slip.
I hope so, dude, because that guy.
He did. He got his pink slip. I sent
Oh, yeah,
Ferdo a
he did. He
screenshot.
did. He's fucking annoying, bro. you know, he talks all this mad shit, and then he comes out and makes excuses when he loses, you know, and
But he's such a massive guy. Like,
yeah, he doesn't have any value in the UFC, in my opinion, bro. He's got power,
well,
but
do you think he goes to bare knuckle?
yeah, he could.
I mean,
I don't really see him having great, amazing hands, bro. Anybody with good footwork will fucking dance around his ass.
That heavyweight division of BKFC would probably just, you know, fuck him up. Like, they got some monsters there.
You know, going back to that heavyweight division of BKFC, how about Greg Hardy getting knocked the fuck out?
yeah, man.
The
That
crowd
puffer couldn't
was
see him.
nuts, dude. That was badass.
Yeah, it was.
Anyways, Jamal Pogues reminds me of fucking what's his name? My balls is hot little brother, Derek Lewis.
Oh,
He's like
Derek Lewis.
Jr. For reals, bro. When I heard him talk, I was like, "Is that Derek Lewis? Holy shit, he sounds just like him." And then Zach Pauga, that was a kind of a boring fight too, bro. So there was like two or three boring fights in this event.
Yeah.
And Jessica Andrade, I had her win this fight, but she got fucked up by
Blanchfield.
Blanchfield, bro. Blanchfield, that is no joke, man.
She's
I'm
not.
looking forward to Blanchfield versus Tatiana Suarez. I think Tatiana Suarez is gonna win her fight.
Dude,
coming up. She's
Tatiana, yeah,
minus
Tatiana
500
Suarez,
favorite to win this next fight, dude. So
bro,
that's gonna be a badass
Tatiana,
fight.
yeah, dude, she's she hasn't lost.
Nope.
No.
She's undefeated. So, yeah, that's
Yeah. So overall, that event, I gave it a 7.
Yeah, I
It
agree.
was entertaining, man, and it segued into the BKFC, so I enjoyed all of it.
right on, man. Very happy for Blanchfield, man, because I thought for sure
Yeah.
Jessica was gonna go in there and fucking just destroy her. And when I saw the results, I was like, wow, by submission.
Mhm.
She's no joke, man.
Took those punches and just fought and just was like, no, not today. Not today.
Not today. Right on.
Andrade's excuse was the best though. She had a wardrobe malfunction. That's what Andrade is saying. It's like, no, I've seen your
Wardrobe
OnlyFans. There's no malfunction. You can't see anything anyway, so there's no malfunction. No one would have seen anything anyways. I've seen the OnlyFans, and there's no malfunction.
I see the holding.
I had to Google it to see if there was actually true, and yeah, there was. Yeah, she apparently deleted it, so her whole account. So that's, you know.
Oh my god, bro, that's
I just don't know what to say. I was a bit scared. I'll tell you that much.
Oh my god.
Let's round off the end of the show and talk about this
Yes.
coming fight night. What is it? UFC Fight Night 70 or 69?
Yeah, so it's UFC Fight Night 220. Krylov versus Span.
220?
Wow, their fight nights
Yes,
are already
sir.
missed up
Oh
for
no,
the
it's
pay-per-views.
UFC Vegas 69. Eh?
Oh,
Or 70.
yeah.
Vegas.
Something like that. This is another early start. It's going to start at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, live on ESPN Plus.
3 p.m. Central, 2 p.m.
Yep,
Mountain, 1
Mountain
p.m. Pacific.
Time. Yep.
Mhm.
Right now, with the time, we got enough time to talk about the main card. If we do have extra time, we'll figure out which fight we want to talk about. If you guys ever, have a fight that you're wanting to watch on the prelims, we can go over that real quick. But let's go ahead and start off with the main card. Starting off the event, the main card, I mean, not the event, but the main event. We have Eric Gonzalez versus Trevor Peak. This is a very interesting fight. I know Eric has been on the up and down ever since he been fighting for the UFC. I mean, even with Combate, he was one of the favorites there at Combate Global. He has more wins than losses there. He is still an exceptional fighter. But we got Trevor Peak coming in to fight Eric. I believe he's making his UFC debut after winning on his fight at the Contender Series. So, Eric is going to welcome him into the UFC, although Eric did lose his last 2 fights with the UFC. So It's one of those things, man. Because I think Trevor is coming in with like 4 wins or something like that, right, Rudy? I think you're muted.
Yeah, Trevor Peak is coming in. He's 7-0, man. So he's
7-0.
Yeah, this is his.
But I mean, yeah. So 7-0. You're right.
Yeah, this is gonna be his UFC debut.
Mhm.
I'm picking Trevor Peak to win this fight.
As much as I hate to say it, I always pick Eric, man. I've been following this guy since the combates, but seeing the way Trevor has been winning his fights, and the way he won at Contenders, I think Trevor's gonna win, man. He's number 1 for a reason on Tapology, so it's gonna be a good fight. Mark?
I've done my picks already. I'm just trying to think who I picked in this fight. Oh, shit. Probably go. I don't know if I'm trying to think who I picked, but
Come
I
on,
don't know.
bro.
I'll probably go with Peak. I'll go with Peak.
Peak. All right. Next up, we got 2 Canadians fighting each other. We have Mike Mallet versus Johan. How do you say that last name?
Lennes.
Lennes.
No, it's pronounced Lene.
Oh, Lene.
Lennes.
Sorry, Mr. Canadian. Oh yeah, you're Canadian.
I'm assuming it's pronounced Lene. I'm assuming it's pronounced like a French name, but I could be wrong. So I apologize
I
if
don't
I'm
think it's
wrong.
Lene, dude. I think it's Lennes.
Okay, well then.
Well, Lene or Lennes, he's gonna be taking on what the fuck's his name? Michael Mallet. Mike is coming in with 4 wins. Obviously, the last one was it was at the Fury Pro Grappling 6, but he's a good fighter, man. He's got some good hands and good ground game. I really don't know much about Johan. He's what, 8-1. Really, my computer's going slow, so if you want to remind and refresh my memory on.
Yeah, Johan Lennes is 9-1. His last fight was against Darian Weeks, and he won that by split by decision. He lost to Gabe Green in his UFC debut, and he just got caught, bro. It was a weird. I think he'd still be undefeated, man, if it wasn't for that fight. This is going to be a really good fight, man. A really close fight. The odds are minus 220 favorite for Mike Mallet. Johan is a plus 180 underdog. Overall, I think Mike Mallet's wrestling is better.
It is. He's very good at it.
So I think that's going to work in his advantage. I've gotten Mallet by decision.
Yeah, man. I think Mallet is going to win this fight. Like you said, he did get caught in a weird way, but it is what it is. I don't know, man. Mike is a really good striker, so it's going to be a good fight. But I'm still going to go for Johan winning. I'm going to pick him. Mark, you're the Canadian.
I'm going with Mike because I know he's trained down here as well, so I know who he's trained with, and I know what he can bring, and he's going to bring a lot, and it's going to be a really bad night for Lene or Nesper, the hell his name is.
Right on. This next fight is going to be a good fucking fight. We have Tatiana Suarez versus Montana de la Rosa. Bro, this is going to be a good fight. It's not going to be a sandwich of the night fight. It's going to be a good fight. And I think Tatiana is going to bring it. She is undefeated right now. It's if she wins, you said that she's going to fight Blanchfield, Rudy?
No, that's the fight I would like to see.
You would like to, okay.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah. That'd be the fight to make. And I think if she does win this fight, that'll be the fight to make.
Fuck yeah, dude. I mean, Montana de la Rosa is a good fighter. Don't count her out. She is a really good, talented fighter. But she's taking out Tatiana Suarez. I mean, come on.
Yeah, Suarez is a very dangerous fighter, and Montana, I don't know if she realizes what she's got herself into.
I think she does.
Fight game,
I think
bro.
she does.
She's got to fight what they
It's
put in front of her, and
I know,
exactly.
I know
you got to
that.
remember Tatiana Suarez hasn't fought for nearly 4 years, bro. 3 years and
Has
8
it been
months was
that
her last
long?
fight. Yeah, she fought Nina Nunez 3 years and 8 months ago. So it's
Why
been
has
a
it been
very
so long?
she got injured, so it's been a very
She
long
got
road
injured.
for Tatiana Suarez. So we'll see how big of an effect that
Well,
plays
has Montana
into
been
her.
active though? Has
Yeah,
Montana been
she's
active?
been active, bro.
Oh
The last
yeah,
fight she had was 9
very
months
active.
ago. Before
Oh.
that, a year and 8 months. So she's been active, way more active.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
more
in
active
the
than.
past 3 years, she's had 5 fights.
Okay.
Suarez hasn't had one.
Yeah.
That ring rust is going to be interesting to see if she has any, right? That's going to be the ring rust, like what everyone says.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
she's 8-0 for a reason. She's a
Yeah.
Yep.
minus 750 favorite, plus 540 underdog for Montana De La Rosa. No one's giving her
Okay.
a chance in hell, and neither am I. I got Tatiana
Neither am
Suarez
I.
winning via submission round number 2.
Hell yeah. Oh man. Right on. Next up, we have Augusto Sakai versus Don't Tell Mays.
Dantel
I said-
Mays or Tamale Mays.
Amale Mays. Why do they always pick a picture where he looks stoned as fuck?
I don't know, man.
That is hilarious, dude.
Fucking Dantel, bro.
We got Sakai, he's 15-5-1, and we have Mays at 9-4-0.
Yeah, this is Augusto Sakai's swan song, bro. This is his.
Hell yeah,
This is
dude.
his
'Cause
last
he's
fight
what,
in the UFC. He's 4
Three?
fights in a row that he's lost.
4 losses, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and all these fights, he lost to Sergey Spivak, ground and pound, tied to Ivasa, KO, Jarzino Rosenstruck, KO, Alistair Overeem, KO. So
Look who he's fought.
it's safe to say
Right, look
that.
who he's fought.
Yeah, but it's safe to say that his chin is not there,
It's-
man. So
No, his chin's taking a beating.
yeah. So Dantel Mays, man, he's a heavy hitter, man. He's gonna go in there.
Yeah,
he's
he
gonna
is.
hurt him.
Look, man, if Mays can land a nice fucking haymaker on Sakai, it's curtains for him. And then next thing you know, we're going to see that he's been cut from the UFC, and we called it like we always do. We're pretty much spot on when we see these fights and these fighters get cut, and who they're going to fight next. So it's going to be very interesting, man. Very interesting, and I think Mays has a chance to knock Sakai out. Just for the fact on who he fought and how he got knocked out. So that chin, like you said, Mark, has gone through the ringer. So we shall see. What's the fight odds on this, Rudy?
It's dead even, dude. Minus 110.
Yeah. Okay.
And I mean, I don't know why. Like I said, bro, Dantel Mays, man.
Maybe the records.
No, it's not the records, dude. It's just Dantel Mays really hasn't shown that he's a heavy hitter. He's got the knockout power, but his wins, he's not really knocking people out.
Yeah.
And the last time fucking Sakai won was 2 years, 8 months ago against Blagov Ivanov. It was a split decision, and ever since then he's been getting knocked the fuck out.
He actually lost that fight, if you ask me. So
yeah, so I don't. Yeah, I think so too, man. So I don't see.
Ivanov has gotten fucked in the UFC.
What? I don't.
He's
see
gotten
Sakai
screwed over
winning
by
this
judges.
Next up in the co-main event in the 185-pound division, we have Andre Muniz versus Brandon Allen.
Yeah, I'm super excited about this one, man.
Bro, talk about it, man. Talk about this fight.
Yeah, so we have Andre Muniz. What his last 5 fights, he's won them all, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brendan Allen, he's on a 4-fight win streak. Lost one fight before those coming into this event. He beat Christoph Jocko submission, Jacob Malkin, Sam Alvey. kind of just low tier UFC fighters, man.
Hmm.
Muniz, he just put away Uriah Hall, Eric Anders, Ronaldo Souza, Bartosz Fabinski. So he's got a little
He's
better
fought some people.
resume, man. And the thing
He's
that,
got a hell of a resume. Shit.
yeah, I mean, Brendan Allen has way better hands, in my opinion.
Mhm.
But this Muniz, bro, if he grabs a hold of you, man, it's fucking
Oh,
game over.
dude. If Andre Muniz can grab a hold of you and put you in the corner or against the fence and then take you down,
He's like, dude, he's like the new Jacare, you know?
he is.
Yeah, he grab you and then he'll grab that arm or that leg and he'll just spin
And he
around
just-
or roll around like a fucking crocodile and rip that shit off.
Yep.
Mhm.
So I
Mhm.
don't see this fight going past the second round. I think he's gonna sub him.
No, I got
Brendan
Allen by
Allen
KO.
tends to get a little sloppy, man. But you know, if he can keep it standing, because Muniz, he likes to stand and bang, bro, until he gets in trouble, and then he'll look to submit you. He's a scary guy, bro. He's a big fucking dude.
Yeah,
But so
he
is
is.
Brendan Allen, man. This could go either way, honestly. But my money's on Andre Muniz. That dude's a motherfucker, dude. When it comes to the ground,
Yeah, it is. Man, totally agree. What are the odds?
this one is minus 190 favorite for Muniz. Brendan Allen's plus 160 underdog, so a slight underdog.
It's not that bad.
Nah.
Not that bad. Right on. Main event: Nikita Krylov versus Ryan Spann.
This is going to be a good one. Looking
This
forward to it.
main event is going to be a good main event.
A good matchup too. You know what I mean? Like where
It is.
where they're in the division
It is.
makes sense where they are. Like I'm not sure what their rankings are, but I know they're both in the top 10. I believe. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they're both
Krylov's
in the top 10.
number 7. Ryan Spann is number 8.
Okay.
Yeah, they both coming off of two wins. So they in the past 5 fights they both have 3 wins, 2 losses. Krylov's a minus 160 favorite, slight underdog for Ryan Spann at plus 135. This whole card is like, I don't know, man. It's gonna be difficult to bet on these fights because there's a lot of a lot of good closely matched fights. Next event is gonna be that's easy money.
Oh,
This one
dude.
is just, I don't know, man. The most for sure bet for sure on this card is Tatiana Suarez, man.
Yes.
There's no way that she's gonna lose that fight.
Mm-mm.
But this fight, I don't know, dude. I like Nikita Krylov. I just think he's got a little more tools in his arsenal. Ryan Spann, he's got that power, man.
Puncher
He's got
stance.
power.
Yeah.
But overall, man, fucking Krylov, dude. I was real impressed with his win over Alexander Gustafsson, over
Yep.
Volkan Ozdemir.
Yep.
He put a hurting on these guys, bro.
Yeah, but I'm picking Krylov, man. I think Krylov is going to be he's going to put a hurt on Spann and could be potentially the next light heavyweight champ.
Potential.
You know, I mean, potential. Key word right there, potential.
Yeah, I mean, I'll put a bet on both of these guys to win, man. Either way, but either way, it's going to be an okay card. I mean, on paper, I'm giving this card like a 6.
Yeah, because there's, you look at the prelims.
Yeah.
There's some good fighters on there, but
Yeah. Jonathan makes a return, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Oh, and the poster, I'm looking at the poster.
yeah,
I don't
it's
hate
great,
it,
the
man. I'll
poster.
give the poster a 7. I think it's gonna do better than the card itself.
Yeah, the poster's pretty good. I like it. I'm gonna give it a 6. I like the colors. I just it's put together very well. I like it. Very good, man. Anything on the prelims that interests you guys? That somebody's
Jasmine's return.
Jasmine.
She has a new opponent because the original opponent was pulled, so this should be interesting now. But I'm hoping
Yeah,
she comes back
Jasmine
and
Jasudavicius.
Yeah,
Yep.
Jasmine Jazadavicius. She's fighting Gabriela Fernandez. Gabriela Fernandez she's a slight favorite, minus 125 favorite. I don't know why. This is her UFC debut, and she's a favorite over Jazadavicius, who was on a 3-fight win streak until she lost to Natalia Silva in a unanimous decision, which I don't think she really lost that fight.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I'm giving this one to Jazadavicius via decision.
Mhm.
Fernandez,
Yeah.
she's a big chick, bro, and she's got power, but yeah, I don't think power is going to trump experience in this case. So I'll give
Mm-mm.
Jazadavicius that. I think she's got what it takes to grind out a victory. But a fight that I'm looking forward to is the Odie Osborne versus Charles Johnson. Charles Johnson, as you know, just finished taking out our boy Jimmy Flick.
Yep.
You know, about a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he beat Zaga Zumalgalov in a split decision win. He lost to Muhammad Mokaev 6 months ago. Before that, if he wouldn't have lost to Muhammad Mokaev, you know, he would have had a great record right now. He would have only had 2 losses. Odie Osborne, he was on a nice little streak, man. He 2-win fight streak, and then he lost to Tyson Nam, doing something stupid, going for a flying knee, and then Tyson Nam just fucking clipped him with a counter right hook.
Dude,
Knocked him the
Tyson,
fuck out.
I can knock him out.
So he's chinny, bro. Monel Cap fucked him up with a flying knee. He's chinny, bro. Just the thing that has me going for Charles Johnson is that the way he pieced up Jimmy, bro.
Yeah.
You know, he went in there against a guy that definitely was gonna out grapple his ass, and he worked him, bro. He worked him and Odie Osborne just takes too many chances, bro. That fight against Tyson Nam, that was a fucking stupid move, man. I don't think he's got that fight IQ to not get caught like that again. And I think Energy Charles Johnson is gonna get it done.
Mm-hmm. I think sandwich of the night fight is going to be the Cohen versus Pettis.
Which one?
Haley Cohen versus Aileen Pettis.
Oh yeah, Cowan versus Aylin Perez.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'll probably be sandwich fight of the night for sure, man.
I think so. I think so.
I don't think I even want to bet on that one.
Nah.
Yeah,
Throw a penny
Right.
on it.
there's not a lot of like impressive fights on this card. The Nurello Aliyev, he's the supposedly the mini Khabib. It's like, dude, he's not even that good.
They said that about everyone from that camp.
True.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. There's not a lot of fights on this card that really pique my interest, man. It's just that fight on the prelims, Charles Johnson's Odie Osborne.
Charles.
That has a potential of being the fight of the night. And then
Then the main card.
Yeah, not all the main card, just the last 2 fights, in my opinion. But yeah, this card is not going to be the greatest. It's could be a sleeper, who knows?
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
true.
likely, man. Like I said, I'm giving this card a 6. I wouldn't waste money betting on this one. Next one should be good.
Next week, I can't
Oh,
wait.
next week is going to be
Can't wait.
crazy.
I
John
can't
Jones, bro,
wait.
the return of the king.
The return. Next week, it's awesome because, yeah, it's going to be good.
You should have been
It's
a
gonna be
cocaine
good.
bear.
Oh man. All right, guys. Well, time did catch up to us. It was an awesome show, fellas. Obviously, David is out working, so he will be joining us next week. And give me 1 second here, real quick, guys, before we say goodbye. Goodbye until next
Now-
week.
The end is near.
Yeah, so next week we have Bill Vihi. Awesome dude. loves FightBook MMA, loves what we do. So he is going to be joining us next week. I think he is going to be picking John Jones to win. So we'll get his opinion on this fight. And
The final curtain. And friend, I'll
Oh,
say it clear.
that just reminds me, final curtain. Greg Hardy supposedly is going to retire from bare knuckle fighting.
Well, that was fast.
Please do us a favor and retire from life, sir.
He couldn't make
Don't
it as a
forget your
football
puffer.
player. He couldn't make it really as an MMA fighter. He couldn't make it as a bare knuckle fighter. Next is what? Comedy?
Oh fuck! Don't.
No, he's gonna start a rap group with Tyron Woodley.
Oh my. Okay, you know what? That's it. Our
Oh.
show is done. Thank you.
My God.
I can't hear it. Oh man. Thanks guys. This was an awesome show. David's not here to do our final goodbye like he always does. So everybody out there, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening here in the next couple hours. Really do appreciate your support. Please go to FightBookMMA.com for all your latest combat sports news, boxing news, any type of combat sports related news. Go to FightBookMMA.com. Please show your support. Google us, find our YouTube channel. We could use our subscribers back because our other one got destroyed by YouTube. But thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. Enjoy the fights this weekend. We will see you next week. Peace.